Hi friends! Today I'm excited to talk about something that's been part of my life for longer than I realized: junk journaling. It's so funny when I look back on my style of memory keeping, I see now that I was probably junk journaling all along without knowing that it had a name. Or maybe I was simply scrapbooking or decorating my planner, collaging, or even bullet journaling before I knew that was a thing. No matter what terminology you want to use, the essence was always the same: preserving moments and creating something special from everyday life. For as long as I can remember, I've collected little bits and pieces: magazine clippings, ticket stubs, business cards, all kinds of ephemera. It's so much more satisfying seeing them in books as opposed to piled in this drawer and other random places. I much prefer seeing these iconic memories layered into my planner. Here's one from 1999. Wow, that was a long time ago. I loved using these planners that were provided by Elite Model Management, the agency I was a freelance stylist for while still in college. This was my way of holding on to memories and turning what most people saw as junk into something meaningful and creative. Maybe a bit of a time capsule too. Now, I'm going to be honest, some of these pages that are in these journals are kind of embarrassing. I look at the handwriting, the doodles, the random stuff I glued in without any rhyme or reason, and I cringe a little, but also I smile because there's something so timeless about seeing your past self captured on paper, unfiltered and totally in the moment. These aren't polished scrapbook layouts or picture-perfect spreads. They're real, messy, personal, and honestly kind of magical. Flipping through these old planners feels like opening a vault filled with joy, from backstage passes to scribbled schedules and heartfelt notes. It's hilarious and heartwarming all at once, and that's the beauty of junk journaling. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be yours. Fast forward to now, and junk journaling isn't just something I love doing in my planner or other journals. It's also this big creative trend that's all about self-expression, sustainability, and using what you already have. So if you're ready to turn everyday scraps into something beautiful, you're in the right place. In today's video, I'll show you how easy it is to start junk journaling with things you likely already have around your home. No fancy tools or supplies required, just a little creativity and an open mind. Now, the journal I've started for this year has a bit of a twist, and it might sound a little strange for a journal. No writing allowed. That's right. This one's purely visual, no journaling prompts, no handwriting, no pressure to be profound. Just a fun, freeing place to play. I wanted a space where I could use up all the stickers, scraps, packaging, and other paper bits I've been collecting and give them a cozy, creative home. I often joke about manifesting $11 million, and I got that thing in the mail. Obviously, it's not real. This is a peek at what I've started, and then I'll walk you through some of my favorite materials to collect, what I keep, what I toss, and how to make your junk journal feel like you. And if you're wondering what even counts as junk in this context, don't worry, I've got a list of 20 easy everyday things you can use. Here is a mailer that we got, and it says "Dream Big." Obviously, I can include words I find in magazines or packaging that catch my eye, especially if they help tell a story visually, but I won't be adding my own writing or personal thoughts in this particular journal. It's more about the feel and the fun than anything else. I love collaging and collecting these moments to glue in with my glue stick. These pages can be seen as mini vision boards, but really it has no rules other than the fact that I won't be journaling in it because I have plenty of other notebooks for that. Here is a piece of washi tape that goes in this color scheme, so I'm adding that on top there. Gluing this in down here. One of my overarching beliefs is that you don't have to go in order. So I'm jumping around, and I found this cute pie mayonnaise package, which is the wrapper to the bottle that if you get this mayonnaise from Costco, this is what it comes in. I've never saved it before, but for some reason I decided that I wanted to cut it up and add it to this pretty colorful page with the Hello Kitty and Friends Care Bears tag, as well as a box top to Lucky Charms. Random, I know, but like I said, anything goes in your junk journal. I'm grabbing my latest book, Paper Plate 2, and I'm going to put down a base for the Kewpie. Is that how you say it? I think it is. Kewpie mayonnaise thing because it is clear. I'm tearing this out. Ripping out of paper play or paper play 2 is so satisfying. Tearing up these pages is another reason that I came up with this book, because I think that junk journalers and anybody, scrapbookers, card makers, anybody can use these pages in a way that soothes them. And the way that you get joy from cutting and pasting is probably very similar to the way I get joy from it. Now, my husband doesn't love the term junk journaling, but it doesn't matter because I'm the one doing it, and he doesn't even have to look at it. I don't have to show him. I can just do it for my own creative expression, and you have permission to do the same. One of the things I love most about junk journaling is how it's a true form of creative expression. It's about creating something that's uniquely yours without needing a formal structure or specific rules. It's freeing, and you'll find that once you start, the process just flows. I'm cutting off this bottom here, and I'll probably use that scrap somewhere else in this journal, maybe right here on this page. Look at that. I actually had this realization when I came back from a recent trip. I was feeling so inspired by the experiences and the wonderful people I got to connect with. Ooh, I'm just going to tear this off here. The thing about paper play too, sorry, I'll get back to that other thought in a second, is that both sides are or can be appealing to you. So as you are looking at it, make sure you check the other side as well. And I've torn it and added it here because I really like that pop of yellow. I like the splatters. Back to the trip, I was a bit overwhelmed by the flood of memories and the little bits I picked up along the way while I was in Houston and then also along my travels. I felt this urge to simply make something with my hands when I got back. After having already documented the trip in my planner, which I think you saw in the last video, or one of the last videos, I still had more bits left over. Part of processing for me is to keep the energy and random bits and place them into a journal or a home. There's something deeply satisfying about this. When you get your hands involved in something like junk journaling, it's almost like giving yourself a moment to breathe and reflect. I'm trimming off this little piece that hangs over, but you could definitely have the bits hanging off of the page if you wanted. So the act of physically cutting this postcard, for example, this is from a restaurant that we ordered some dinner from and just picked it up. I love how colorful this example of a bowl is. The act of physically cutting, gluing, and layering paper or found objects taps into a different part of our brains, one that's less concerned with perfection. All right, I'm trying to peel it in half to avoid some of the bulk. I don't know if you all do this, but because it is a postcard, it is a little bit thick, and I don't want to get this book too chunky, but I don't mind chunk as well. I'm trimming it here so that I have one of the parts on the left side of the page and then one on the right side. And I'll take my glue stick and a scrap piece of paper that Juniper drew a little something on or crafted a little something. I don't think she'll mind. We can't keep every single drawing of our kids, right? We can't keep all the artwork that they make. That couldn't possibly be done. So I'm using the back of this, and don't tell her, but this is one of them that's not going to make the cut. It's okay. It's really okay. And I'm going to glue this down. So the different part of your brain that this sort of activity taps into is less concerned with perfection and more focused on the experience itself. It actually allows you to release any tension, clear your mind, and express yourself in a tangible, visible way. And for me, this type of collaging and gluing down of bits and pieces of my life is super satisfying and really, really fun. The benefits go beyond just having a creative outlet, because that's reason enough for me personally, but it can also be a way of connecting with yourself, a way of pausing, a way of playing. Let me know in the comments how this process makes you feel, because for me, it can be incredibly grounding. When life gets busy or stressful, taking the time to glue things down that make you happy, even if it's just random scraps, it helps you reconnect with the present moment. It's a mindfulness practice wrapped up in something that's super fun and enjoyable. Flipping through these pages is also something that brings me joy because I can go into it thinking I can rip something out that will lay a foundation for this spread, and I don't need to paint it. I don't need to get out a bunch of other supplies because I have this resource here that's already built for you in a way that hopefully makes you want to play with paper. There's also a very therapeutic side to all of this. I can't tell you how often I find myself looking back at the pages I've made and remembering exactly how I felt at the time. The excitement, the joy, the peace, sometimes not so great feelings, but through the process of gluing things down and finding a really good match like this pink paper that, oh, this is going to look so good. Even if I'm going through something hard, this process is so helpful. So the peace that you find in playing with paper, that is truly priceless. It's like having little pieces of your soul preserved on paper on the pages of your journal. While I don't typically grab scissors because I like tearing, I did want to cut off a section of these hearts and make sure that it was straight because that's the look that I'm going for. So whatever works for you is what you should do. Sometimes I don't think we give ourselves enough permission to create just for the sake of creating. I'm taking these luggage tags that I already saved a bunch of because we had 7 bags that we checked from or to Houston and back home. And this little house here from Itoya Studios catalog is so cute. So it's going to go inside there to signify home. I had this scrap of cameras sitting on my desk. So I'm going to take this other piece, and because it has the blue plus signs here, I'm going to make the most of it and put it down on this spread. Now you can see that I'm sort of matching colors, going with the feel of it, allowing it to unfold how it does. I'm not too concerned with finding the exact perfect thing, although I really like this washi tape. I think they're clouds, and I like how they're cut into a shape, and I'm going to cut the strip down the middle so it's inside the spine, and then cut it on this end too, right by that paw. Another piece of, I believe this is actually from the first paper play, is going to go under here, tucked away a little bit behind the Lucky Charms. Another thing you can do is not glue all the way around. So if you want to lift up edges, you can. This is half a sticker from a new sticker book that I swear that will be coming out soon. Grabbing some gouache in a yellow color because of that little yellow on the pinwheel right there of the sticker. I want to add some more color onto this page so it's not just monochrome with the pinks, even though that was a really good look too. I'd love a pop of yellow and some brightness here. So don't get caught up in making things perfect or even having a purpose behind this project or your pages, because the truth is just making something with your hands with no agenda other than to play can bring so much peace and joy. This is new washi tape that I got from Little Craft Place. It's scissors, and I think it's so cute. So the satisfaction of using your supplies is also greatly enhanced when you get new stamps or new things that you want to try out. This is a great place to do so. This is the Hotel California stamp I also got from Little Craft Place, and I'm cleaning with a baby wipe, even though It's still showing that there's black on it. It is clean. Now this tin has a bunch of magazine cutouts. As you can see, I like to save them for future projects. This is now that future project that I am going to include: your home oceans away from home, the top of the world. So as I'm flipping through these pages, I want to find words that appeal to me, that make me feel happy, or that soothe me in some way. You never know who or what you'll inspire. And remember, nobody does it better than you, all right? The only person who can make your junk journal a piece of you is you. Love you. I love this. It looks like the perfect colors. See the synchronicities that just unfold? I had no idea before I chose that yellow that this love you piece was going to fit so perfectly. It's so beautiful when things like this come together. I hope you feel that these little bits and pieces that you collect and glue in spark something even bigger within you, like a new passion, or maybe just a deeper understanding of yourself. That's what junk journaling gives me: the freedom to play, to explore, to be in the moment. So if you're feeling the urge to create just because you need to release some energy, or because you want a place to put your treasures, which some might consider to be junk, I highly encourage you to give this a try. It's more than just crafting and using your supplies. It's a way to connect with yourself and the world around you. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share with a friend, and subscribe if you haven't already. As promised, here's a list of 20 easy, everyday things you can put into your junk journal. No rules, just inspiration. Mix and match whatever speaks to you, and please let me know in the comments what your favorite things are, or tell me some of the strangest things you've put into a journal. I would love to hear it. One more thing before I let you go: I am headed to Go Wild Indianapolis, so I'm so excited to see some of you there. If you haven't heard already, I'll be the MC. Please say hi if you see me. Until next time. And yes, I had to do confetti nails for the occasion. See some of you at Go Wild!